What's up? And it seems like my losing streak is continuing. You can actually see the breakdown of my account balance here. I'm actually going down. I'm almost midway in terms of the max loss threshold. So I'm close to halfway to my max loss. If I lose another 500, I'm just about there. So on a bit of a losing streak right now. Gonna fine tune the strategy, speak to ChatGPT, have it all set. But let's get into our regular now, which is breaking down my trades, seeing definitely where I went wrong today. I went right with I had one winning trade that brought me to a profit of $1 on the day. After that clean trade, the rest of the trades were pretty bad. So let's actually get into them. Yesterday we were having trouble with matching up on the charts here with the times. Let's see if it matches up or if we have to go back to the fusion markets NAS 100 to kind of get a better match. But let's start here. So the first trade was on May 29 at 6:41 p.m. and that one was a $37 loss. And I pretty much lost within the same minute my entry and where I got stopped at pretty quickly. Oh no, this is actually a 12-hour trade, so I got stopped out at 6 in the morning. So let's actually break that down now. So I entered a sell at 6, which is typically the opening, so that's 18. So right here, I entered a sell. We were down for most of the time. Ideally, you actually, this is between 2 and 3. That's actually a ICT kill zone, so or a silver bullet zone, like a zone where you typically get some price reaction and price rebounded from there. Interesting enough, it rebounded, came right back up to the open, kind of wicked that part, and then made its way back down. So I got stopped out at 6 a.m. So that was around here. Got stopped out at 6 a.m. for a total loss of 37.10. The next one I entered at 8. So that was a bad trade because the market went to the sell side. That would have been the ideal time to enter for a short at 8:37. I got stopped out at 8:57 as the next candle actually started to break down and go lower. This one was a loss of 29.60. So you can see, where's my entry? 18,746. Yeah, this one is not showing up well. Let's see if the fusion markets show any better. Let's go to the 8 at 18,746.91. That was my entry. What are we looking for? A long. So this one would be higher at 18,800. 18,746.91 was my entry. Then I got stopped out at 18,726 for a total loss of 29.60. So you can see it's a little different from here, but that's basically the range. If I was within this candle, I would have gotten stopped out regardless at the end of the day. But I'm not sure which chart this broker is actually using. As you can see, it's funded pips, so I'm not sure where they get their data from. The next one I entered on a buy on the 9 o'clock candle here, looking for that. I was thinking that was a fake out and the market might have went higher. Boy, was I wrong. So this one was a loss of 36 here. So you can see I entered right here based on the price that I'm showing. And I got stopped out on the same candle within 30 minutes. The final trade now I entered at 10, and this one I actually could have held longer. I finally flipped my direction, went to the downside at 10:04 there. This one was a profit of 104.13. So I entered at 18706.52, and then I got stopped out. Oh, I moved my stop loss to break even here. You can see it. And then I actually closed it when we were at 104 profits. I felt comfortable with that. The market is still trending lower, so of course I could have made some more profits, but you never know when it's going to do that. What happened here? This should have been a sell position that entered at 18706. I heard talks about the market having some halts today, and I'm not even sure what's happening, how that happened. Stop loss was at break even, anyways. So profit level, which is where I took profit, was at 18641, and stop loss I'll put it at 18720, thereabout. So you can see I could have taken a lot more on this for what's this, a 1 to 16. Very interesting. Very interesting. What would this have looked like on the 4 hour? Very interesting. Because I moved from trading the 1 hour. Maybe I should be trading the 4 hour, but these are much bigger moves. They're not even that bad. They just need a lot more time to play out from what I'm seeing. Very interesting on the 4 hour. But next, we're going to get into the watch list. Heard that the market had some circuit breaker, as I was saying before, but I don't know what happened there. Let's see if the charts actually show that for these equities. So let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually is a little bit higher than yesterday at 68638. Tesla has been very stagnant. I think it's pretty much the same. There's not a lot of news around Tesla, so nothing is really influencing it. There we go. We have IMMR perfectly at 10 flat. I would probably expect a little sell off from here, but IMMR is separate from the entire market. I don't think much people are watching it. Nvidia, look at Nvidia coming right back down into this gap. Seems like it might test the midpoint of the gap. It doesn't have to before going up. AMD is doing nothing. I hate these stocks, man. I hate AMD, I hate SMC, I hate Bitfarms, because they're not real sympathies. They come out like they're sympathies, but they're not sympathies. And that actually reminds me, the real I thought this was the real sympathy, but this is very interesting. What kind of sell-off is this that's happening in Dell? This is very, very, very. This is concerning, I would say. Sell-off on Dell. I'm not even sure what to take of this. All we know is that there is some gap right here for sure. It's a huge gap on Dell here. Okay, but I want to actually start watching Dell. I heard that Palantir had good news yesterday, so it might be worth it. I wanted to trade it today, but I didn't even remember, and it spiked up. Might be worth it for a trade, definitely, because you can see these zones to be filled, and it's kind of wicking up. I might look for a cheap play on Palantir. Hopefully, they're not too expensive and overhyped like the Nvidia and the SMCIs. Painful. I have an SMC. It's always the big plays. I have a SMCI debit spread that's gonna expire tomorrow. It cost me a good money. AMC plays also cost me some good money. And those are the ones that are expiring worthless. The Nvidia one that didn't cost me a lot actually turned out to be a profit, and I took the money for that already. So it's very telling, and I'll make sure to note that. I should probably tell ChatGPT that anytime I put large sums of money on the table for a play, they tend to go against me. But when I play conservatively, they seem to do well. So let's write up the narrative now. So Nvidia selling back into gap, MMR reached 10, Bitcoin stopped at 67 to 670 range, AMD and SMCI disappointment. And that's all for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.